Good morning, guys. It is bright and early in the morning. It's 8 a.m. I've been up since 7 a.m. again, and that's fine. But there is a beautiful sunrise out there that you're not going to be able to see. I think I'm actually going to take the drone out this morning. Cold out there, but so pretty. Definitely not as pretty as it was when I first looked outside. It was pink and purple and orange and everything, and now it's mainly just kind of orange and gray and blue, but still, it's a beautiful sunrise. Sunrise, not sunset. I was just looking over the footage from the drone. Everything looks good. There were a lot of panning issues. I've just got to work on that. But I also got an email from Impow. I do a lot of product review stuff for Impow. I've been doing that for years. And this one person, I've been dealing with at Impow for probably 2 or 3 years at this point. But she sent me an email overnight to say she got married. So there's her and her new husband. So congratulations, Selena, if you happen to see this. Congratulations. What's all this then, being all productive and whatnot? Christina took the baby upstairs and was taking a shower and getting ready for the day, as it were. And it's like, well, since I've got a few minutes and I've already made notes on it, I went ahead and made a video about the Huawei watch. Unfortunately, I had some camera issues, so I'm gonna have to go back and refilm some of that because basically anything that showed up on the watch face that was white got thoroughly washed out just because the table is black and the band is black. Everything was making the contrast on the camera go really high. So I'm just gonna have to go back and fix that. Not a big deal. And I needed to get a little bit of B-roll anyway, showing the magnetic charger and the charging animation and stuff, so I can take like 5 minutes and do that later. But the video itself is done. It's edited. It's like 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Perfect. Time for morning meeting. And more progress has been made. It's a little while later. It's actually almost lunchtime at this point, but the video about the Huawei watch is rendering right now. Not sure how long that's going to take. It looks like it's going to take quite a little while, but I did some fun stuff to the end of it, and I'll show you here in just a minute. I started messing around in GIMP, and I made a transparent overlay because in the time when I first started making videos, I started accruing royalty-free video, just video backgrounds and things, because I figured I was going to be doing a lot of videos with transparency, with green screens, and I wanted something animated that I could have in the background. Never ended up doing that, but I held on to it because I held on to pretty much everything except for the original video files. So I've got just a whole folder full of video backgrounds that are royalty-free that I can pick from as I want. So I've got one that's like TV screen static that I'm going to use for this video, and I've got like blue this and red that and tech and, you know, circuit boards and city scenes and wheat fields and ponds and just all sorts of things you can think of, and I can use those as backgrounds, backdrops, to have all these little things overlaid, like here's another video you can go check out, here's some more things you can follow me on social media platforms, big old red subscribe button at the bottom. So I'm very pleased with how that turned out and actually how fast that came together. Just found some stock royalty-free social media icons, stuck those on there, put a little bit of text over it, made it transparent in the background, hit render. Got to use the alignment tool in GIMP, got to use some drop shadow filters, and I think it looks halfway decent. It's, for somebody who's not a graphic designer, I'm not a graphic designer in the slightest, I think I did an alright job. It's kind of weird. I guess this year I've gotten into that mindset of I really want to start adding a little bit more fit and finish. Yeah, fit and finish I think is the right word for that. I want to make the videos look a little bit prettier, have a little bit more to them, so like I'm putting my name in the very beginning with my Twitter handle and stuff, and then at the end I'm gonna have outro cards, I'm gonna have intros, just gotta add that little bit of something extra. Okay, awesome. The Huawei watch video is up. I had nothing but trouble getting that up there. As I was saying earlier, I was working on putting an end card on. Pause. Quiet. Working on adding a better end slate to it so that it would be just more interactive and have more stuff to it, so that when it gets to the end of the video, there we go. You see I've got all my social media stuff on there. I actually probably should have put a Snapchat picture in there, but whatever. But the problem with this is you can't actually link out to external sites, so this is not gonna work. What I ended up doing though is if I click on it now, it takes me over to twill.tv with clickable links. The problem with doing that is it makes it a two-step process, which not really a good thing. However, it does give people a direct way to say, here's ways you can follow me online if you want to get in touch with me. Plus, it also had a link to another video, specifically the Zenfone Zoom unboxing, as well as a subscribe link. So hopefully that can drive some more traffic, drive some more subscriptions, things like that. It's definitely a piece that was missing from my video repertoire up to this point. It's something that I used to do with my very, very, very old channel, but it was just a simple black screen with a couple of videos over it. Actually, I think at one point I was doing 3 videos over it, which probably not a great idea, but for the time, it helped. But I think this is a good start. It's a good way to try things. Maybe I'll take a page from the book of Barnacles. What he does at this point is he has, you know, at Barnacles at the end of his videos. I've got it at the beginning of mine, and I can put at twill.tv at the end of mine if I want to. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to look into this and see if there's a better way to design it, but at least I'm thinking about it, at least I'm trying things. Aha. As I mentioned yesterday, I've not been getting any emails from YouTube, so I haven't been getting any subscriber notifications, I haven't been getting any comment notifications. I've been having to do everything kind of manually. I did a very quick Google search, just, I don't know why I didn't earlier. I searched something like YouTube emails broken or something like that. YouTube emails stopped is actually what I searched. And I just looked for the last 24 hours. And there's a thread on the YouTube help forum that says, email notifications from YouTube abruptly stopped working today on January 27th, yesterday. So yeah, this person's having the same problem. You scroll through, there's a big thread here full of people having the same problem. And the answer is, just so you know, YouTube is aware, they're investigating the matter. Don't waste your time and money telephoning them, there's no need. So it's very, very good to know that I'm not the only one that's having the problem. I really figured it wasn't just me, but I wanted to make sure I hadn't changed a setting or unsubscribed from something accidentally, or somehow the emails had started going back to the old accounts. I don't think I'd mentioned it before, but every YouTube account you have has to be associated with a Gmail account. At least I think it does at this point. So the 2 main accounts that I use are associated with different Gmail accounts, but then the primary manager is changed over to my own personal Gmail account, so I have everything forwarding over there. And it's not actually forwarding on YouTube's end or Google's end, it's forwarding as a forwarding rule in Gmail. So the other Gmail accounts forward to this main one. So I checked on those accounts to make sure that the forwarding hadn't broken, and no, there's nothing new in them either. So it's good to know, again, that it's not just me having a problem. And it's about 2:15 p.m. and the UPS man just showed up. Good timing. He brought to me a box from Amazon. This is a little just a little smartwatch. I was gonna give it a shot, figured why not? Company just gave me a list of things and said, try something. Okay, plus they took our shoes.
Yay.
The UPS man, as long as it's all filled out, apparently when UPS comes to the door, they can take packages when they go. So that worked out really well. Yay, shoes gone. New shoes coming, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Baby had bath.
Yes.
And he's out now.
He's asleep.
He's completely out. We were talking earlier about the way he cries, because apparently he doesn't cry like normal babies. What does he do differently?
He says, wah, wah. He actually says
instead of actually crying and just, it's wah, wah. It's like actually pronouncing it as if it's a word.
Yeah, he says it in his little mouth makes the little,
yeah,
like monkey face like you were saying the other night.
And it's adorable. Next time he's doing it, I'll have to try to catch it. But we won't let him cry too long. But for now, he's just conked out snoozing. Not sure why he does that with his neck. Duncan did that with his when he was a baby. But again, Duncan, same thing, absolutely. And Duncan has turned out sort of normal. And I've heard that it is food time. Much, much later in the day, but food time. What's this?
Sweet potato fries.
Sweet potato fries and salmon patties. Or salmon cakes, what would you call them?
Either way.
Either way. We are having either way for dinner, apparently. And there's a boy. He's already had his food. Hello there. And now it's quite a little while later. It's a little after 7 o'clock. I'm sitting here with little man Ellis. He's just hanging out. He actually was asleep until about 25 seconds ago. But I'm editing a video. I actually went ahead and shot the Twill News video for this week, so I'm working on that one. Christina was super duper nice and took both the kids upstairs so I could film early, so I won't be up until 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm also spending a little bit of time over on a site called Motion Loops. It's been a while since I've been on that site, but basically every month they give you a collection of free video backgrounds, video backdrops. Completely free, royalty free, because they anticipate you're gonna say, you know, these are good, but they're not quite what I'm looking for. Let me go back to the site and we'll just get something that's paid. But in my case, I just go through and stockpile them. Anything I think that I might use eventually, I stick it in a folder and we see. And that has become insanely handy now. Ellis is having a bit of a tummy ache tonight, so we decided to try belly to belly tummy time. And this is the reaction. This is what he's been doing. He'll start looking up and then he'll just start thrashing his head back and forth. It's like he's testing his limits or something. Wants to see where he can go. And it's a bit later than I'd like, but I'm done with the other obligations that I have. I just have to finish up the vlog for tonight. So the Twill News video is done. It's uploaded. Actually, no, it's not. I'm re-uploading it. I got it all uploaded, and I realized that, you know, on the While We Watch video, I put that whole outro title screen thing. completely forgot to include it on the tool news video. So I re-rendered it and I'm re-uploading it with that. I've got 40 minutes of upload time on that remaining. I'll probably go ahead and start the XDA upload as soon as it's done rendering. It's got just a few minutes left, I'm sure. It's already 50% up rendered. So I just have to take the time and edit this vlog afterward. I haven't even started editing it as far as I know, but that's okay. We can handle it. Somebody in the comments actually was asking why I don't do all of my editing and rendering and uploading in the morning. Even though I do get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning now, I prefer to use that time for at least trying to get stuff done on other videos or working on day job stuff so I don't have to work on that for so late into the evening. And the other really, really big reason why I don't is my upload speed. I have 3 megabits per second upload speed. Trying to upload a vlog that is in the neighborhood of 2.5 to 3 gigabytes would take hours and hours. I think I calculated it earlier and it was going to be something like 3 hours, maybe 2.5 to 3 hours at least, which is why I normally just finish the render up. As soon as it's done, I hit upload, put in all the text and the tags and the titles and everything, and usually sit up and babysit it for a few minutes just to make sure it is going up appropriately and everything is saved, and head to bed so it can just upload for hours overnight, which is probably what I'll do tonight. And by the way, in some excellent and not so excellent news, I've started getting emails again for comments. Again, both good and bad, because the very first one I had just now was on my FAA registration video talking about drone registration, which pretty much every comment that I get on that now is something terrible. I'm very, very tempted just to turn off comments on that video. I don't want to take it down because it's actually done particularly well, but I really don't want to hear all the feedback. It's just, I sound terrible saying that. I don't. Of course, I had a bit of a big dumb moment earlier. I went ahead and used the G7 for filming the XDA video, and as you might be able to see, I have a teleprompter set up in front of it, sort of. It's the second teleprompter I ever purchased. It's one that's supposed to be ultra portable, so it's effectively a little glass case with wood around it, and you open it up and you put your tablet inside of it. Made it much, much easier to read in terms of the video. And actually the video itself, it took me like 5 minutes to film it, and it edited down to like 2.5 minutes, 2:45, something like that. But the problem is, because I was not using that tablet that I was using for the teleprompter as my wireless controller for the camera was kind of out of focus. It was close, it was super close. If I had leaned in just a little bit, I would have been perfectly razor tack sharp, but I did not, because I could not see it. And so that video is gonna be just a little bit out of focus. The one on the tool news video, it's in focus, it looks good. But that's just another one of those, wow, I made a mistake. That's why people don't film at f1.7 usually, because that depth of field, that focus area is so super shallow. And I've been going back and forth with Max Lee on Twitter about several things. First, he was actually talking about doing a Periscope live stream. He's been doing a lot of Periscopes lately, really useful Periscopes. If I can find the link, TK sent me a link to one of them earlier. It's about earning money online. I'll try to find that link and put it in the description. But his latest one that I saw was he was trying out a head mount for his cell phone so that he could Periscope live stream without having to have his hands on the phone, which is an interesting idea. But then I showed him this. There you go. There's your ultimate live streaming setup. Let's get another shot, another angle of this. This is a shoulder mount rig that I picked up for, I think I picked it up for CES or something last year or the year before. But on the end of it, I've put a smartphone holder, so I can stick a phone in here. I actually used it to make a quick video earlier, which I will link to in the description if I remember. But this thing, you know, if you have a good stabilized phone, you stick it up here, you point it at yourself, it's got a whole strap that goes around you and everything. You walk around with it. Look at that. You got stable, pretty decently stable video of your face or of whatever it is you want to point at. If you're doing a Periscope live stream, you can just double tap the screen to flip it around to see other things. Double tap it, it's back to you. That's awesome. Now, I will say I don't foresee myself using it for that. I don't foresee myself using that much at all. I've actually, like I've told you guys before, I've got a real problem with buying camera equipment, specifically camera gear. Not necessarily, well, no, never mind. I've got a problem with buying anything camera related, meaning cameras, lenses, point and shoots, action cams, tripods, mounts, rigs, all sorts of things. SD cards, micro SD cards. So I have that shoulder mount, but then I've also got the fold out Spider shoulder rig, which I never ended up actually using. Folds down to be super duper tiny, so it's ultra portable. So if I were going to an event and I wasn't gonna take like a handheld stabilizer rig, I would probably take that and use that as my primary, you know, having a big run and gun kind of thing, because it does fold up to be so small. But this year, if I end up going to any events, I will probably invest heavily in one of those handheld gimbal stabilizers, kind of like I've got with the Kumba Cam or for the DJI Osmo, but specifically for the Panasonic G7, because I think you can get one of those for $300, $400, $500, something like that, which is a little high, but considering it'd be event coverage, it's worthwhile. I've really got to start using the Osmo more. I haven't used the Osmo in like a month at this point. I've got to find stuff to do with it. It's beautiful footage, just like the Phantom 3, but it's on the ground in your hand. And I'm sitting here wrapping up the night. I think both the videos that I had to upload are up at this point, so we're all good to go. The video that went up for XDA was 300 megabytes. Compared to these vlogs, wow, just wow. But what you're hearing in the background there, I'm watching Max Lee doing a Periscope stream. Max Lee, Zeto Max, if you don't know him, he's going through all of the phones that he's got, and he has a ridiculous number of phones, as well as some phones that may or may not have been released yet, or announced yet even, that he's not going to talk about. He didn't show anything, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and watch this for a little while. I'm going to get this vlog edited, rendered, uploaded. I'm going to try to just relax a bit. I have lots and lots of things to do at this point. That's good. Quadcopters, that smartwatch that I mentioned earlier. I've got a couple of shipments coming in tomorrow, although I think only one of them is a review item, and that's going to be a very, very quick video. I may actually do that one over the weekend. But that is going to be about all for me for today. Today was very heavily focused on video making. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed talking about it because I just love talking. It's what I do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and my family, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.